Hi everyone, it's Tolu Akinsumi here. It's amazing. It's a new year, new season. I'm happy to be here today. Happy to see you guys. And if you're listening you're listening later, you can still comment, leave your questions, leave your comments, and let us, know that you're there. How are you today? Hope you're doing good. Yeah, good to have you guys on here today. And you might be wondering, what are we doing today? Why are we here? I'll just talk you through what today is all about and what I'm doing here today. So sit back, relax, and just enjoy, enjoy today and enjoy um, the presentation, so to speak. So when we sent the flyer out, we said that we're gonna be talking about how to envision and re-energize. We didn't add a very important part, reposition. That's when you actually move. You leave your position and you move. And that's a very important part of entering into a new season. So today we're going to be talking about how to envision, re-energize, and reposition. And I'm just going to give a short introduction. Like, if you don't know who I am, my name is Tolu Akinsami. I'm the team lead at Precious Pearl. And if you don't know about Precious Pearl, that Precious Pearl is the mother of this group, Inspirational Moments, where we're streaming live today. And our main goal at Precious Pearl is to empower our world. And we've been able to be a point of light over the past couple of years, I'll say about 5 years since we started. And that itself is a miracle. And we're grateful that we've been able to do this. We now have so many success stories, career success stories, business success stories, life success stories, some of which we've shared on platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And we've had lots of projects and webinars over the years. We have our inspirational moments, which is this webinar that we're on today, where we share um, moments of inspiration through the spoken word or through other people's stories, people who had exceptional lives. And we've had our empowerment summit. Last year, we enjoyed the wonderful Morenike Ajayi, the founder of Korea Nugget. And she came on the workshop summit that we had last year to take people through how to advance in their career. And she shared keys, nuggets, and strategies. And it was an awesome session because we had so many amazing feedbacks and reviews from people that attended that session. And this year, we're going to have another wonderful empowerment summit. It's going to be a business one this year, guys, because we're always alternating career between career and business every year. And we're bringing on another amazing speaker. She's an entrepreneur. She has an inspiring portfolio business-wise, and she's done awesome stuff building a business, and she's going to be coming to share strategies, keys, nuggets to help you move your business from one point into another point, which is a wealthy place, right? So look, um, keep an eye out for further details on that. Right. So apart from the Empowerment Summit careers, the workshops, we also have a career and business support grants that we give. And over the years, we've given a few career grants to people. We partner with Career Nuggets. They have the Academy, which is a program that they hold every January, which helps people move ahead in their career. And they're great at what they do. There's been so many success stories. So we've been able to support some people on that journey because it's not free to attend the academy. If you're struggling in your career, there's one starting really soon this January. Make sure you attend that. We'll leave comments on this live on how you can, apply to be a part of the academy. And if you're looking for a grant, say you can't afford it, reach out to us and we'll see how we can support your dreams. We've also supported some businesses in the past, a few businesses. There's this awesome testimony on this platform or one of our other platforms of this lady whose side hustle is a catering business, and we're able to support that dream, get it off ground, and she does that on the side now. So we're also able to support business dreams as well. And we also have the Hope Project every December. We just concluded one this last December where we partner with the British Red Cross, and we offer, hampers and items to support the less privileged, to support the needy. And those who can't afford to have a good Christmas, we just package a little Christmas, sort of Christmas hampers, Christmas presents to give to them every December. And so these are some of the awesome things that we've been able to do over the past few years. And we're super grateful to God to have been able to do this. Yet I strongly believe that God is doing a new thing. And we're looking eagerly ahead to what God is about to do. He has said it, that he's doing a new thing, and he's going to do a new thing because he always does what he says. We are moving into that new season, and I strongly believe that you are too. There's a new season, and you're called to be a part of it. With every new season comes the need to envision, re-energize, and reposition. And that's what we're going to be talking about today: how to envision, re-energize, and reposition. Before we go ahead, I'm just quickly going to share my screen. These awesome people that I want to talk about, and they've been a part of the dream. So this is our team, so our team members. They've been awesome guys, and everything we've been able to do is mostly because of the resources, the time, money, and help that they've been able to render. We have our prayer lead, Shalala B. Elizabeth, at our community lead. We have Rita Ferma, a team member. I have myself, Tulakin Samid, the team lead. We have Maria Morakinyo, our youth lead. We have Bumi Martins of Falabi, and Tosin Ojo as team members. And so these are our team members. They've been working tirelessly in the background, praying and just, coming together to make sure things are done. So super grateful to you guys. Thank you so much. And I thought that I had to just give this a mention. So these are our team members. If you want to be a part of our team and, you want to support our dreams or be a part of what we do, just reach out on any of our platforms. Send us a DM, an email, info@preciouspearl.co.uk, or just send us a message and we'll reach out to you. Right, so new season. What's a new season? It's a time of growth and advancement. It's a time of taking over, entering into a wealthy place that God has called us to be. It's a time of moving forward, moving further into the destiny that we, that has been that we've been called into. And for you, your new season could be the new career or moving ahead in your career or your business or things that you need to do in life. Your new season can be so much, so many things put together. It can be one thing, one thing that you want to do, or multiple things that God wants you to achieve. So how do you enjoy your new season? How do you take over your new season? The best time, there's a saying, the best time for new beginnings is now. It's not tomorrow, it's not the day after, it's now, guys. And the first thing that I'm going to talk about is Envision, which is a very important part of being able to move into your new season and take over. You need to be able to see your new season. That's what Envision is all about. You have to open the eye of the mind and use the power of vision, because what you cannot see, you cannot achieve. You can never achieve. You have to be able to see to achieve. That's one thing that I've realized. I'll use Abraham in the Bible as an example. I'm a God girl, so I always use the Bible a lot to lead and direct me. So I'm just going to talk about Abraham and how when God was moving him into a new season of becoming a father of nations, if you know the story of Abraham, you know that Abraham had been barren for about 100 years, and God had given him a promise that he was going to be a father of nations, of many generations. And I know that for Abraham, that would have been like, how? I mean, I'm 100, my whole body is dead. My wife is, in her 90s. How's she going to have a baby at this time? He chose to believe God, but God also used the power of vision because he took him outside and he said that you should look at the stars. And he said to him, as far as your eyes can see. He said to him that can he count the grains of sand? And Abraham said he couldn't. At that time, God was using the power of vision to shift Abraham into his new season. And if God can use the power of vision to move someone into the new season, you need to know that that ability to see into your new season, to see with the eye of your mind is very important. And there's another story that I love to share, that of Samarini Kajai. I just mentioned her previously. We work with our career nuggets from time to time, and we have sometimes our empowerment summit career nugget. She shared her story at one of our sessions, and I absolutely love that story. And I hope I get that story right. But if I can remember, she's an amazing lady, she desired from the onset that she wanted to work in top management. And even before, I believe that before she had her certifications and before she was qualified as an accountant or anything, she had a dream to work in top companies and to be in top management in top companies. And she said there's this particular company that she desired to work for. And what she will do, she'll walk through the revolving doors and, just walk through it like as if she was going to work there. And she'll walk through it, walk through, come back out, and then just walk through like she's going into work there. And what she was doing there was she was using the power of vision to propel herself into the future, to see that place that she wanted to be so she could get there. And guess what, guys? She has gone ahead to exceed that dream. She's done so many amazing things. She's the founder of Career Nugget, Career Nugget TV. She was given an MBE, was that last year, I believe she was. And so she's just gone ahead to do awesome stuff. And that's the power of vision. When we open the eyes of our mind, we're instructing our whole being, our whole self into action. That's on Envision. The next thing that I'm going to talk about, and I believe it's very important to be able to take over the new season that you're about to enter into, is re-energize. Let's talk about keys for re-energizing. How you enter into your next season in life by re-energizing. One thing I'll talk about is the ability to make a resolute decision that helps you. It keeps your energy. It keeps your energy at the highest point. When you make that resolute decision that in your wealthy place, this is how you're going to show up. And you show up at that same energy every time there's a confrontation. You show up at that same energy every time there's a mountain or there's a challenge because you've decided to make a resolute decision in your mind. I'll just tell you a short story. I remember going for my visa application when I just finished my master's degree. And the first testimony that I have for that at that time was that my visa was running out for my student visa. And as it is in the UK, if you're out of status, you have to leave or else you become an illegal immigrant. And I was not going to be an illegal immigrant in another land. No way. So in my mind, I said, God, if you wanted this to happen, just do something. I'd looked at all the options. The only option that I had was a new work permit scheme at that time, but it was supposed to start the next summer, and my visa was running out October the year before. So I said, God, just do your thing. If it's meant to be, fine. If it's not, then I'm out. And you know what? God did it. The government changed everything, and then they brought the date right before, just a few days before my visa expired. And that's when I knew that, okay, God is in this. God is in this. And then the second thing was that I when that had happened, I knew that okay, God must definitely want me to go for this application. So I made the resolute decision I was going to go for it. I did all my research and I saw that my course qualified for that visa and all that. And at that time you had to go to the visa offices in Croydon, and show up with all your application documents. And when you get into the visa office at that time, there was the first place you go through to make sure that you have an appointment. And at the first point, we're all on a queue and they just check in to, make sure that you have an appointment and you have all the necessary documents. It was not the point to, tell you you have a visa or you don't have a visa. And the guy that was going through everyone's document was going through person by person. And when he got to my turn, he looked at me and he said, "Young lady, why are you wasting your time and money going for this? You're never going to get this. Just might as well just leave." I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, "You're not the visa officer. Why are you telling me?" In my mind, I was like, I'm a Niger girl. No, I've made up my mind. I'm here. I'm not going. So I said to him, "Thank you very much, sir. But I've decided to go for the visa application. I'll go anyway." And I was like, "Yeah, okay. If you want to waste your money, that's up to you. But I'm just telling you." And I was like, I'm going for this application. I already had my signs and I was resolute in my decision. So I got in, into the proper visa place, the visa application place, and the visa windows, and you're called one by one to each visa window. So when it was my turn, I was called to this window, and the lady looked at my application, and true to what the man said downstairs, she was like, "I'm sorry, you don't qualify. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to deny you." She just and I said in my mind, something rose up in me. And I said, "I'd like to speak with your supervisor, ma'am, because I believe that I qualify for this visa." And she looked at me. It was kind of like, "This girl, she's bold. How dare you?" But I was just smiling and I was very, very polite and very insistent that, "Can I talk to your manager? Because I'm very sure that I qualify for this visa." And she looked at me, annoyed, and then she was like, "Okay, I'll go have a chat with my supervisor, and um, I'll be back in a couple of minutes." She left me there. She went to chat to a supervisor, and then she came back, and she was like, after she was going through stuff, and then she looked up, and then she apologized and said, "I'm so sorry. You're right. You do qualify for this visa." I was like, "Oh my goodness, my mind." That was the turning point for me about being resolute and knowing what you want and standing by it. Because that was, she stamped that for me. I got my visa, and I left there rejoicing and so happy. But, you know, it just it pointed out to me that in life you have to be resolute. You have to stand by. Once you're sure, you're sure about the steps you want to take. You're sure about where that next season. And I knew that my next season was here because God has showed that to me. And I wasn't going to let people push me away. So resolute, be resolute. Also, in order to embrace a new season, you should extract the lessons from your past failures. In my book that I wrote, like published last year, I talked about failing in business about 15 years ago. It was a big fail. I lost money and lost so much, for that business. And then I decided I was going to start business 10 years after. Even though when I failed at that time before, I was like, "I'm never going to start a business ever." But then things happen and God stirred up my spirit to start a business again. And so this time around, I was like, "Okay, I'm starting. I'm going to sit down and analyze why I failed and look at the reasons why I failed. What were the reasons why?" And there's so many reasons. Like I didn't know much about marketing. I didn't know anything about, your ideal customer. I didn't know anything about how to create a resonating brand that just attracts customers to the product. I didn't know about all of that. All I knew was I did some research, some academic type research. I even got a lawyer at that time to look at the contracts I had because it was a franchise, a recruitment franchise that I bought into. But all that didn't help me succeed. And so when I was going into business this time around, I decided to look at the data and analyze. Now, I'm not talking about romancing your failure. I'm not talking about sitting in your failure and being sad and thinking, "Who is me? Why? Why?" I'm not talking about regurgitating the details of the failure and romanticizing the failure. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about seeing failure as data points as to why or as to what to do in the next season, how to succeed in the next season. And I always say that for me, I see failure as data points of success, data points as to how to do things better in a new way. So that's that. And another thing when we're talking about re-energizing is that you need that for growth. You need that energy. Number one, we talked about you need the energy for making resolute decisions. You need the energy for um, being able to look at the failures, because it takes a lot to be able to look at a failure and say, I'm going to learn from this without falling into the abyss of like self-pity. Just looking at it, getting the data and using the data. And also, you need that energy to grow. When you're in a new season, it's a time of growth, and growth can be painful, guys, because you need to stretch into the new season. You need to build capacity and strength. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. So don't be afraid of the pain of growth, the pain it takes to do things painstakingly, to do things detailed, to do things, look, the times you might be awake in the night doing research and all this kind of stuff. Like it's like an athlete that wants to win a sportsmanship, Olympics or whatever. There's pain in getting themselves ready and building all the capacity because they have to keep practicing every time. And that's not easy. So you need that energy for growth. Growth is important. It might be painful, guys, but it's worth it. So plan for growth as well. It's not going to happen unless you plan for it. Get the knowledge you need to make the next level a resounding success. I did talk about failing in business about 15 years ago. I'm planning for the next venture. It took me a while to plan and just put my head down. Not having a plan is planning to fail. So it's important to have a plan. And so you need all your energy to get that. Also, you need energy to build the right next level relationships. You may need to seek out the right relationships, the right next level relationships, people that can help you in your new seasons, like mentors, like coaches, consultants, or even friends that share a similar goal and mindset as yourself. I remember when we started this charity, I knew about the power of relationships and I knew that it was impossible to do this by myself. And so over the years, I've been able to work with people, build an awesome team around Precious Pearl, and just met with people that have contributed to our dreams and making what we want to do happen. So that's the power of the right relationship. So for this new season, it's very important to build the right relationship. And on the flip side, it's also you also need to take out some toxic relationships. There's some relationships and some people that want you to remain at the level that you are, and they'll keep projecting their feelings of inadequacy onto you, because they may not know that's what's happening, but they don't want you going higher than a particular level. Maybe you're all at that playing field. And when you start to push that barrier, it starts to be like, does he think he is? What's he trying to do? Better just sit down. You're just stressing yourself. What is that? And they could become frenemies and enemies of your breakthrough. So it might be time to let go of some relationships. If it's going to keep you on a particular level, let them go. There's a saying, create a vision of where you want to get to, and then live into that picture as if it's already true. And they say fake it till you make it. I think that's sort of what this is in a sense. Your mind, you create that vision and just show up with the same energy. No matter what's happening, if you're I remember listening to a speaker who said, I think it was Bishop Oyedepo, when he started out in ministry, and he would preach his heart out like he was talking to a congregation of a million, and it could just be like six people in there. But he was showing up with the same energy every time. And that's what's going to get you through into the next level, regardless of what the enemy is trying to show you. But you know who's got your back, and you know you're going to get there. So finally, let's talk about repositioning. So we've talked about Envision, we've talked about re-energizing, because you need those energies for the strategies I just mentioned. Then there's also repositioning, which is basically moving from where you are into your new season. There has to be a shift, guys. There has to be a shift. It's not going to be the way things used to be. There's going to be a new normal, and you're going to have to shift position to get into that. If you're going to enter and take over in your next season, you need to first change the way you think. That's the first shift. It cannot be higher than your mindset, than your thoughts. And sometimes it's our mind that's keeping us at a certain level. So you need to change the way you think, either change your circle if the thinking is, in the gutters, and you need to update, what's on there. If you need to retrain, if you need to change what you listen to all the time, what you listen to every day, you need to change. There has to be mind shift. Your mind has to shift from a place of I can't, it's impossible, to a place of I can, and that's how you're going to keep showing up with that energy that we talked about before. But you need to shift with your mind. And then you need to let go of the past. Like I said before, there's a difference between reassessing your failures and romancing the failure and just regurgitating it. So you need to let go of all of that. Let go of the past, not just the failures. You need to also forget past successes and achievements. It's in the past. All that is yesterday's success, yesterday's stories. Sometimes you're so stuck on what we've succeeded in and how we've succeeded that it becomes a trap that stops us from achieving more. The past stops some people from being adaptable and getting into the new, and it stops some people from being able to level up into a new playing field in the new season. So you're not only forgetting your past failures, you're also forgetting the achievement. For the Lord said, forget the former things, all of them, the good and the bad, forget all of that, for I'm about to do a new thing. It's a new day, guys. Also, how to reposition is to be present. Lean wholly into God's dream for you. I recently heard something the Oprah said, and I loved it. She said when she was very young, she quickly realized that God's dream for her was way bigger and better than any dream that she could have for herself. And she learned to listen to the still small voice, to let it lead her all the way to success. So she said she leaned into God's dream for her. So that's what you should do. God has a plan for the new season. And if you learn to lean into that, and these are the things that God has told me that I'm sharing with you guys. And God has said to me, forget all the things that you might have seen or you might have done. It's nothing compared to what I'm about to do. But then to be able to achieve that, you have to be able to lean into God's dream and just allow Him to lead you. He said, allow me to lead you. And you will also need hard faith. Believe in God's ability to take you from the place of your dreams to the place of reality. Lean hard on His dreams for you and learn to listen to the still small voice. Not the voice of your friends or pastors or loved ones only, but the still small voice. So, like, you have to build that ability to hear, and not the voice of a stranger, but the still small voice. And God can use, the loved ones in your lives to lead you, but most importantly, listen to His leading. Also, to be able to reposition, we've talked about faith, we talked about leaning on God's dreams, we've talked about your mind. You also need to change what you speak. You have to shift in the way that you speak. Yesterday, I said something to my daughter. She said, Mom, why are you projecting? Why are you saying that? And then I went back to her later. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. You're right. It's so easy to say these things than to leave it. You're right. I'm so sorry. And this is the reality, and this is what we're going to believe. So I started to speak positively. Use your words to create the world that you want. Be careful about the words that you speak. There's power in the spoken words. Use your words to back up your faith and start to create the world you want to see. When others are saying stuff like everything is so hard, times are so hard, you say it will be good for me and my family. It will be good for me. Things will be good. It won't be hard. Things will be hard out there, but it's going to be good for me in here. I love what winners, the theme of winners, what they've said, which is we are all um we're destined to succeed in hard times. I can't remember the phrasing, but as a child of God, your destiny is to succeed no matter how hard the times are. Frame the world that you live in by the power of the spoken word. As a Christian, I use the word of God a lot. I use it to build up my faith because I'm a God girl. I see the Bible as a book of instructions, and it has helped me to overcome the greatest obstacles in my life. A closed mouth is a closed destiny. Speak life to create your new. Fight, and also another way to reposition is to fight for your dreams. I shared my visa story just, a couple of minutes ago. Remember one thing, in this new season, your season has been given unto you, but you have to fight for it. Nothing great comes easily. It's given unto you, but you have to fight for it. If you want it, go out there and fight for it. Believe for it. Be resolute for it. Plan for it and take it because it's meant to be yours. And sometimes I wonder, why do we have to fight? Why does God, does the universe make it that we have to fight for things? God does it so you can have a story to tell. Have you ever noticed that the secrets of great men and women that have done awesome things in this world and the stories that they tell? And without a fight, they won't have the stories and they won't have secrets to share. So, whatever you're fighting and going through right now is what's going to bless your world and bless your generation. It's your gift to the world. So, embrace that fight because it's taking you into your next level. Remember, when we're talking just on talking about fighting for your dreams, I'm just going to talk about Jacob in the Bible as well, whose name was changed to Israel. He wrestled that night before he got his name changed. He wrestled, he fought for it. Get ready to wrestle in this new season. When I mean wrestle, as a Christian, we wrestle on our knees, but not just that. You believe for what you want. You wrestle with the power of your words. You speak positively. You believe in your mind and you go for it. Plan for success. Do not let a negative mindset push you back. Create your world by your words and get that mental shift. You've seen it, you've envisioned it, you're strengthened for it. Now you have to shift your position to take it. And how you shift is by your words, it's by your thoughts, it's by your approach. What battles are you willing to overcome to get to the place of your dreams? The oppositions you face are meant to build up your muscle, right? If you want it, then go get it. Train for it, prepare for it, plan for it, do everything in your power to get it. Take your dreams by force and fight for the destiny you want to see, for the life you want to see, for the career you want, for the business that you want. Don't be easily let down. There are times that you will fall, bounce back up again. There are times that you might fail. See that as data points for success. Never stay down. If you fall 70 times, get up 70 times, fight 70 times. Don't ever stay down. Even if you don't see the results that you want earlier on, stick with it. I remember when I started this another new business. I didn't earn anything for like a couple of months, but I didn't give up because I'd read stories that, you just have to follow the process. So don't give up. There's something John C. Maxwell said of late memories. For years, I've kept a sign on my desk that helps me maintain the right perspective concerning yesterday. It simply said, yesterday ended last night. And it reminded me that no matter how badly I've failed in the past, it's done. And today's a new day. And I will add to that, no matter how great you've done in the past, that's done. That's yesterday's past. There's a new day. The things you need to get new strategies for the new. You have to, even if you earn like $1 billion yesterday, what's happening in the new day? That's how you stay on the cutting edge, and that's how you push on the new to be on the playing field. So that's it, guys. And I hope I haven't taken so much of your time. I just wanted to be about 30 minute session today. And yes, what did we talk about today? Planning for your new season. Envision it. What do you see? Re-energize. Prepare for that new season. Then reposition. Enter your new season. How do we get there? Let me just give a quick summary. We talked about envision, where you want to get to. See it with your mind. Visualize the quality of the life you want to achieve. Engage keys and wisdom to achieve it. Talked about energize, getting the energy to pursue next level relationships, to engage lessons from past failures, to embrace growth and plan for the next level, and to make that decision to stay resolute so that nothing will push you down. And we talked about repositioning, which is the changing of position. You have to change the way that you think. You have to have that mindset shift. You have to let go of the past, be present and lean wholly on God's dream for you. Have hard faith and just believe in your ability and God's ability to take you there. Speak positively Say what you want to see, not what's happening or how you're feeling. Say what you want to see. Fight for that dream. And finally, guys, always bounce back up. No matter how many times you fall, bounce back up. This is the year for more wins, guys. Forget the former things. Get ready for something new. Plan for it. Prepare for it. Congratulations, congratulations, guys. Your new is here. Thanks for being here with me today. A big God bless you. I'm not sure. I'll just see if there are any questions on here. I'm not sure if there are any questions. There might not be any. 1 second, guys. No question. Okay. If there's any question on there, you can still leave it on there. We'll find a way to answer you. Someone just said, sorry about that. I'm just seeing there's any comment. What a powerful story about visa. Yes, it is. I thank God that's an awesome testimony. And when I cast my mind back on these things, it's a way to remind myself that if God's done it before, it's going to do it again and even do better this time around. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for hanging on there. A big God bless you. I appreciate you guys. You're all awesome. See you next time.